Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that been linked with a summer transfer and move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by the excellent app called Flick. Please make sure you download the app. It is available for free, not a penny out of your pocket. The link is in your description. You can really get involved with the show. I started a new thing on it yesterday called Transfer Daily Extra, where every day in the evening time, I'll be giving you updates on transfers for the day, real bite size. And we did the first one yesterday. It went really, really well. So if you want to watch those, they're exclusively available on Flick. We also do our polls every day. We did a poll yesterday and I asked the question, the position that's the most important for Arsenal to fill before the end of the transfer window. Transfer window running out now, 5th of October, just over a week now until the transfer window is shut and Arsenal won't be able to bring in anybody else. What's the most important position to fill? I put left back, defensive midfielder or attacking midfielder. Results are in. I'm looking at them here. 3% of you said left back. So you're quite comfortable with the left back position, even if, say, Kolasinac does move on. 46% of you said defensive midfielder and 52% of you said attacking midfielder. So attacking midfielder wins out just. But attacking midfielder is the position that most of you want to see filled. And that means the player you really want to see come in is this guy, Houssem Aouar. Linked heavily to Arsenal. The rumours still flying all over the place. We said yesterday on the show that he's agreed personal terms with Arsenal to join Arsenal. That is the club that he wants to come to. There were clubs linked like Man City, Juventus, PSG. We're having a little look as well. But it is Arsenal that are the hot favourites to sign him. However, they've got to meet the valuation. What Lyon want around £55 million. There's a lot of money, £55 million. Arsenal said to have already made a bid of around about £32 million, which was rejected. They're said to be going back in with a bid of around about £36 million with add-ons. Suggestion that add-ons could take it to about another 9 million, which would take it up to around about £45 million. Now, that is off of the valuation, and the chief of Lyon yesterday, Jean-Michel Aulas, he said yesterday that Arsenal are too far away from his valuation. He spoke about, maybe Houssem will stay. And, hopefully he'll be in play for us against Lorient and blah, blah, blah. And listen, this guy, he's a brilliant negotiator. We know that. He does it every year. And let's be real. When we signed Alexander Lacazette, it was a similar sort of situation. He was saying the same sort of things, it's not going to happen. Arsenal ain't got the money. Lacazette's staying. Where is Lacazette? Lacazette's at Arsenal. Actually, Lacazette could play a kind of key role in this one. He's been pictured many a times with Houssem Aouar. He'll be able to tell Houssem Aouar that, stepping from Lyon to Arsenal, the difference, etc., etc. So he'll have a role to play with it. He'll have a role to play with settling him in if he does come. But certainly, this is the one that it looks like you guys out there really want to get done, because you said, 52% of you are saying attacking midfielder. And the one I feel that Arsenal prioritizing over everything right now, even over the Partey thing, I think it's the Houssem Aouar one that they're really looking at and saying to themselves, yeah, this is the one we want to get done. This is the player we need right now. We need an attacking midfielder. Or could they go for the alternative of Jorginho? I'm sorry, right, Arsenal fans. I remember the poll with over 70% of you saying you don't want him, but the rumours are still out there, especially when he was left on the bench yesterday in the game. Chelsea playing against West Brom, drawing that 3-3. West Brom, you ruined my day. West Brom 3-0 up, and they threw it away. Jorginho was on the bench in that game. And again, that started all the rumours, the frenzies going out there. Oh, he's happening. He's going to be coming to Arsenal. Chelsea are getting. Listen, I think completely this Jorginho thing is a bit of a smokescreen. This is my opinion. I feel it's a bit of a smokescreen. Arsenal not after Jorginho. Arsenal want Houssem Aouar. That's who they want. That's their target. Even over a Thomas Partey, I feel right now. I think Arsenal would like to get Partey. I think if Arsenal can get rid of a load of players, maybe the Partey thing could be back on. But right now, I feel the priority is Houssem Aouar. We've seen games where we've been lacking in creativity in those games. West Ham game the other day. I mean, there's going to be games like Liverpool tomorrow where we know, you could play with two defensive midfielders. It's probably going to be El Neni and Xhaka playing there, right? So I guess if you had a Partey in, he'd suit games like that, when we're playing against a Liverpool. But what about games like West Ham? Like what we played the other day where, they've got that low block. It's very, very hard to break down. That's where you need like somebody like a Houssem Aouar, who's very creative, very good at passing, very dynamic as well. And that's why I feel he's the priority for Arsenal right now in this transfer window. Of course, a lot of players need to move out. Mustafi linked with a move away to Lazio. The reports coming out of Italy actually is that it almost sounds like personal terms have been agreed. Not 100% sure on that, but that's what some of the rumors are saying, that personal terms are agreed between him and Lazio, and negotiations are underway for a transfer to take place. And those negotiations are in an advanced stage, some of the reports are saying. Of course, Mustafi's injured at the moment. Been a bit reborn under Mikel Arteta, the 28-year-old. Remember, we paid £35 million for him. He's not lived up to that in any way. But when he came back into the team last year under Mikel Arteta, we have to admit he played very well. Played very well. Was quite consistent for Arsenal. However, does look Arsenal are looking to cash in on him and try and move his high wages off the wage bill as well. Said to be on about nearly £90,000 a week. And Arsenal said to be looking for around about 12 to 15 million pounds for him. So if the Lazio deal does happen, again, that's more money in to spend on players. And I think that Arsenal, that's what they really like to do right now, get some money in. Lucas Torreira, of course, is the big one. Will he be moving on? It's still murky, this one. Well, when I say murky, I mean nobody can work out what's happening at the moment. Lots of negotiations going on behind the scenes. One thing we do know is that Torino have pulled out of the race. They're no longer interested in him. They wanted to bring him in on loan. That's not going to happen. Arsenal saying no loan deal for Lucas Torreira. Atletico Madrid want him on loan as well. We know that as well. Arsenal saying, again, they're not interested in a loan. However, if there's an option to buy, at the end of it, something can work. But if not, Arsenal not prepared to sell him. And I agree with that stance. What's the point in sending him out on loan to Atletico Madrid for a season and then they send him back at the end of it? That'd be pointless. If that's the case, in my eyes, then Arsenal have to keep him. If you don't get the money for him, there's no point in sending him out on loan. That's my opinion. And there's a whole host of Arsenal players, really. I was making up a little list of it this morning, right? Because let's be real, as I said, there's only about just over a week to go. The 5th of October is when the transfer window closes, right? And I'm looking through this list and I'm like, there's around potentially 8 players, even more really, if you was to look at players who could possibly go out on loan as well. But potentially 8 players that Arsenal might be looking to get rid of and still haven't got rid of this transfer window. And I don't think they're going to be able to get rid of all of them. Let me run through the list. Of course, Torreira, I just mentioned. Mustafi, who hopefully Lazio will take. But again, Callum Chambers, been injured for a long time. There's been talk of Fulham. There's been talk of West Ham. There's been talk of Newcastle. He's still here. Socrates, remember, there's all the talk of Napoli, but that still hasn't been done yet. That still hasn't been resolved. We've still got Socrates on the book. Kolasinac, what's going to happen with him? Are we going to move Kolasinac on? All the talk of Leverkusen and teams like this, still haven't got rid of him yet. Of course, the big one, Mesut Ozil. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere, but he's here. He's here. He's still stuck at Arsenal. Guendouzi. I think Arsenal thought that there'd be a lot of bids coming in for Matteo Guendouzi, but that hasn't materialized. There's not really been anybody coming with a solid amount of money for Guendouzi. It tells you all you need to know about the current transfer market. Let's not get it twisted. It is not the same as usual. There's not been clubs out there splashing the cash apart from Chelsea. They're the only ones. And as I've said quite a few times on this show, there's a reason for that. Because Chelsea basically for free transfer windows haven't spent a penny. So they've had lots of money stacked up from players they've sold previously that they're able to spend. So Guendouzi's still here. And then you even think about somebody like an El Neni. Is he going to stay at Arsenal or will he be moved on? There was talk last week that his agents were over, his manager was over in Turkey. Is he going to stay or is he going to go? What's going to happen with guys like Reece Nelson? Emil Smith-Rowe, who's been a little bit injured at the moment, will he stay or will he go out on loan? So that's 8 players I've named there. And if you include Reece Nelson, if you include, as I said, Smith-Rowe, Balogun, you're talking about 11 players where it's a real uncertain week for them. And I think Arsenal will be looking on that and saying, you know, they want to raise some funds because if they are to get Aouar and Partey, I think at least 5 of those players need to move out before the transfer window. And you see how complicated it is. It's a complicated window. Teams are not looking to spend money in this window. They want, you know, they could probably move out a load of those players, but loan moves is what most of these teams are looking for. And when I look down that list, players that could go for money, Torreira, but even that they want a loan. But you can see why Arsenal are pushing for money to come in. But Torreira, Mustafi, possibly Chambers, Socrates. It doesn't look like you're going to get any money for him. It looks like they're just going to get their wages off. Going to have to let him go on a free. Kolasinac could get some money in for. Ozil, we're not going to get no money for. El Neni potentially, and Guendouzi. I think Guendouzi and Torreira. Guendouzi, Torreira, Mustafi, those 3 really are where Arsenal might be looking to get some money in, but how much are they going to get in? And as I said, I think the big one was Guendouzi. I think they were hoping that they could get a lot of interest and money in for Guendouzi, but it hasn't really materialized. Does it make sense, the fact that Guendouzi's not playing? Has that affected his valuation as well? Has that been a bit of a mistake by Arsenal as well, not even including him in squads and stuff like that? It's a complicated business, this transfer window, but there's just over a week to go, and we're going to find out who's going to be coming and who's going to be staying. We've got a poll today, actually, on Flick. The poll is £55 million too expensive for Houssem Aouar? Is that too much money? That's what Leon are looking for, more or less. £55 million, is that too expensive? Vote on the app right now. The link is in the description. And also don't forget, we've got a free shirt, triple shirt giveaway. We're giving away the home shirt, the away shirt, and the 3rd kit. All you got to do is be on the app, and we will do that draw when the transfer window closes. So get on the app if you want to be eligible for that. Thanks for watching the show today. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, Transfer Daily Extra update on the Flick app tonight. Download it if you want to get an update on all of today's news. Thanks for watching the show, and we'll be back tomorrow. It's Robbie here from AFTV. Don't forget to check out AFTV on Flick for all the latest transfer rumours, for all the information on Arsenal, for all the information on AFTV. You can check me there for Q&As on a regular basis. The link is in the description. It is free to download. Download it right now.